So one of the TurnoCon Twitch drops was, of course, a hand cannon, which kind of made me think that there was going to be a Destiny plus WarFrame crossover, but it's not a Destiny WarFrame crossover, it's just a simple pistol. It's called the Athodai. So here we are in the simulacrum, so we're going to grab out the Athodai like so, and we're going to unpause these corrupted heavy gunners, put them in a magnetized bubble specifically, and as you can see, a lot of these corrupted heavy gunners, they have a lot of status procs. Some of them don't have the corrosive status procs, but it's basically it. This weapon seems to be really good at putting on those status procs. If we go up against level 145s instead, same idea, put them in a magnetized bubble like so. Let's try and approach it from behind this time. As you can see, a lot of them, except for this last one here, didn't really get the memo. Basically, that's the idea, and that's against level 145 corrupted heavy gunners as well. And of course, if we go up against Gokstat officers who have even more health and more armor as per usual, get up nice and close. A lot of them have corrosive procs. Most of them probably have the 10 corrosive procs, which is basically the maximum amount of corrosive procs you can end up with on an enemy, so that is of course really strong. So let's have a quick look at the build that we're using with the Athodai. This is a build that I'm using. It is a 4-former build because you only start off with 1 V polarity. So basically we're putting in a V in order to get those mods to work. Otherwise this should be pretty self-explanatory. Crit mods, status mods, and then otherwise stable, and then good old-fashioned fire rate. I'm also using eject magazine specifically because I personally am using this weapon as a bit of an extra utility side weapon as opposed to like a sort of primary gun, actual use this bloody weapon kind of gun. And that is mainly because I am using it with mag. Now if I was to use this with someone like Cora against the level 145 corrupted heavy gunners, we can then have a look at how this weapon also works. So, cover them in corrosive procs like so, find a head, and once we get that headshot, we basically get to go ham against these corrupted heavy gunners because the overdrive aspect of this weapon kicks in. The overdrive aspect is essentially Arcane Pistoleer for free, so that's fun and exciting, but it also increases the fire rate of this weapon as well, so that makes it very strong. Couple it with the fact that I'm also using something like Vile Acceleration, that's going to make this weapon really good. And that's pretty much it. This weapon seems to be really good, especially in the steel part, especially when you're using it with mag. Probably the same idea if you're using it with Cora or someone with some really good crowd control, so maybe even Volbat as well. Now, I did try using this weapon against both Grunier and Corpus, and as per usual, the Corpus are a little bit harder to kill because of their shields, but ultimately, as some sort of secondary extra tier utility based weapon, this seems to be really good. As you can see in the background, we have some Grunier footage and some Corpus footage as well, just so that you have a rough idea of what's going on. Obviously, when it comes to going up against the Corpus, I've actually changed the build so that it's actually using magnetic damage as opposed to corrosive damage. You may be thinking, why not use something like toxin damage instead? Well, unfortunately, if you only equip toxin, because this weapon does have innate heat damage as well, what you're going to end up with is gas damage, which is not helpful in the slightest. So you either have to go magnetic before you go toxin, or you just suck it up and go magnetic instead. So that's pretty much it. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments below. Is this a weapon that you would use as well? Let me know in the comments. I think it's still really powerful, so I would definitely recommend it, especially if you got it as a Twitch drop. Whether or not you'll be able to get it outside of Twitch drops, we'll just have to see. Otherwise, hope you guys enjoyed. If you like this video, hit that like button, subscribe for more WarFrame content, and until next time, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Bye!